All right, people, big imaginations, huge imaginations. Team of horses, wagon, other team of horses pulling a plow or something. Just imagine, they're not drowning rats, they're teams of horses. Big imagination. All right, how to increase your odds of not getting hurt? When you go to a plow day or a festival or something or whatever, there's big, beautiful horses out there, and you're just like, oh, the big, beautiful horses, oh, you're just so pretty, whatever. All right. So, a couple of basic common sense rules. Number one, don't bring drones, dogs. Well, oh, my dog would never do. Oh, how many times? I've had cops. I had dog has. My dog's never done that before. Yeah, your dog just bit somebody. Like, what you never done? Don't bring your stick. All right, keep your dog. If your dog's actually whatever. So drones, dogs, umbrellas, baby carriages. Understand that most horses in nature, the vast majority of horses, their end in life is being eaten alive. Okay? That's how they move on in life, is being eaten alive, being run down to their hearts basically explode, laying there and looking back there where like a coyote or a wolf literally eats their hindquarter off. And that's how they die. Like, they're really worried about being eaten to death for this really deep in the DNA, because that's how life ends in nature, okay? So they're fight or flight instinct. So respect that. You got 4,000 pounds horses, 2,000 pounds a piece. You're a nice soft little patty. Let's say you're 150, 200 pound, nice, soft, small bone, squishy little package compared to them, okay? So if they're scared of being eaten to death eaten alive over here, and a soft little package over here, they're going to run your ass over because they're scared for their lives, okay? So it doesn't mean they're a bad horse. It doesn't mean it's bad teams. It doesn't mean they're badly trained. It just means they're a horse. All right. So let's just say, hypothetically, you got people over here. Oh, the big, beautiful horse. Woo, whatever. Something fires this team off. This team tears off. This team isn't even going to wait for this team to get to them. They're going to look over and say, oh, wow. I knew this day was going to come, particularly Gus. I knew it was going to come. And they're not even going to hang around. They're just going to run. They don't know what they're running from. They're going to try to take off. Okay? All you bitless people out there, you're dumb. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why you should have bits. So you can increase your odds of keeping people from being hurt or the horses from being hurt. It's a big deal. So this team takes off. This team is going to take off towards the truck, towards safety, wherever they think is safety. And, they're just going to run with the pack. So these nice, soft little people right here are just going to get mowed over. Lead the horses a escape route. All right, that's just a simple principle. If you have, let's say, people here, the horses have somewhat, I'm not saying you should be by the back feet or anything, but the horses have somewhat of one escape route and somewhat of two escape routes. They generally don't run backwards. They're going to jump forward most of the time, or jump left, or jump right most of the time. So leave them the option of jumping and moving their feet without trampling someone. So if, let's say, you're right there and you're talking with a teamster, you're looking at the horse and everything, and everything's going real good, and some dumb kid, and yes, I said dumb kid because I can't believe you call my kid dumb. Well, the vast majority of kids are kind of dumb, okay? And you might be kind of dumb for all I know, So let's say, you're standing right here by the horses or whatever. And let's say some kid, meanders up on this side. And let's say, so that you just cut down that to one, straight is the horse's only escape route of moving without possibly hurting someone. And then, is just move off. Like, move back around up here, or move on the same side or something. Like, just be on one side, kind of. If one person's up here a little bit or whatever, but you're kind of you're giving the animal the option of bolting or moving their feet. They don't want to really run you over, but they're scared for their lives. They could, possibly. Doesn't mean they're bad horses. Doesn't mean it's a bad teamster. Doesn't mean they're bad trained. It means they're horses. And this goes for Gus and Boom, particularly Gus and Boom. Gus and Boom go out to the woods where everybody says, "Oh, they're so cool, let's go." No, they're not. No, they're not. Like, as far as the line of draft horses, like the vast majority of draft horses are mentally dumber and calmer than what Gus and Boom are. There are some hotter. That's not the norm. They're on the upper end. Oh, they're so calm. They just walk up and they try to be cool. Like, man, yeah, they put their feet in front of the tires or something to go stand up, put their feet in front of the tire rail, like be around Gus being like, yeah, they're just good, calm, good horsewear. I'm thinking to myself, stupid. Move your feet. That's what's going through my head. I tell them that sometimes. Even though I'm trying to be nicer, I'm trying very hard to be nicer. It's very difficult sometimes. All right. So, leaving the skate route. Principle number 2. Look at what they're looking at. All right. If you're just looking at this big horse and they put their ears up and they look around, look at what they're looking at. Is there someone coming up with a big umbrella or something? Or is there a stupid drone? Keep an eye out for the stupid drones and find the idiot with that remote and just, press the button for it to return home. And just, all right. So yeah, look at what they're looking. Be aware of the other teams. Be aware of the team in front of you. Enjoy them. Ask the teamster if you can pay them or whatever, and be aware of other people, where other people are placed, and then where the other teams are placed as well. If, let's say, you're in front of this team, another team goes by, they're going to possibly have the instinct to want to go with the herd and go with that team and go forward. And if you're like in front of the tire or something, whatever, they're going to just run you over. No one's fault but your own. Shouldn't say that probably. Yeah, if you see somebody with like a dog that's like about to get off the leash or something, whatever, and you're around, like, you see some genius with a drone flying around, that's not the place. Like, that thing needs to be 200 feet up in the air, maybe. Like, this whole buzzing the horse thing and the whole, someone's dog running around circles and like almost getting off the leash and some little lady has whatever, that can result in some really bad things happening, guys. So no, just don't play. If your dog's hyper and excited because of things or whatever, put the dog up. Your drone doesn't have a good enough camera to take a picture from a long ways off. Too bad. Don't take a picture. Yeah, be aware, if there's a team 300 yards that way having problems, it can result in these horses having problems. And, just be aware and think about where they're going to run or the pathway or whatever. They're probably going to run towards the truck or some place where they feel some sort of safety, and that's generally with a herd of other horses. And so, they can cover some ground pretty quick, and you're in a nice, calm, safe spot, and then a few seconds later, you're not. You got to think about moving kids or moving logistics where just be a little bit aware. Generally, as the day rolls on, things get a little safer. As the edge is taken out, as they get a little more tired, the horses get a little bit more familiar with the surroundings and everything. Your odds of things going wrong generally go down for the most part. Not always, but for the most part. So in the morning, if it's cool, if it's windy out, umbrellas, just keep your umbrellas a long ways away from the horses. But just get wet, just keep them away. I think that's it, guys. So leave them a skate route. ask the teamster before you just go up and start petting them. Don't put your feet in front of the tires. Don't block them off. Leave no escape route. If you see somebody with a yapping little dog or whatever or something, and and runs the risk of the dog getting off the leash or something, causing problems, just maybe be very kind and gently address that. See somebody drone or something, go and address it. It's bikes, and these electric bikes and stuff. Knock it off, guys. Like Gus and Boom are not, and I'm just using them for an example. They're not bad horses. They can kill somebody. They can spook. They can run. So just respect that. Like, if they get scared for their life, bad things can happen. So like a bicycle or a baby carriage or whatever. Like, be a little bit aware of what's going on. Now, I've taken Gus Boom out in public plenty of times, and other horses and plenty of times, and things have gone all right. Never had an accident. No one's ever gotten hurt. Never been around any of that stuff. But we've had some interesting calls, and generally caused by humans. By the way, so think about tactically too, guys. Like, I may have a few dudes spaced out. If there's a bunch of newbies or something spread way out here or whatever, and people don't have a clue or whatever, maybe have one dude that's really capable just around. There's a bunch of whatever people over here somewhere, and none of them are really capable if something goes wrong or the teamster needs help or something. Maybe have one dude that just hangs out down there or something. If a teamster does need help or needs someone to grab a head of a horse or something, that's an option. So anyway, that's a very non-professional, opinionated point of view, I guess. Y'all have a good one.